are really nice because then you have the opportunity to really share with each other and ask questions and things like that. So,
Hi, I'm
Absolutely.
back.
so did everybody have a good week last week?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Good. Did you have a chance to fit your Avon business into your week?
Of course.
always.
I know it never ends, right?
Right.
Never. Mm-mm.
All right. So when it comes to celebrating you guys, I thought tonight we could just share together and you could just tell us some things that happened for you, positive things for your business over the last week and over the weekend.
Okay, this is Miriam. I'm gonna start because Stacy's gonna be like, Miriam, go ahead and tell them the story.
I am.
So, okay, so I'm one of the people that don't like to like confront. I'm really a scary person to talk to people that I don't know.
Okay.
So over the weekend, I had like several events that I had to attend, and I had to do some delivery, some Avon delivery. And my mother-in-law was getting her hair done, so I took one up to her Avon order to her beauty salon stylist. So while there, the stylist was like, "Oh, hey, Avon lady on Facebook," and I was like, "Well, since I'm an Avon lady on Facebook, can I leave my Avon book here?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure, put it over here." And I was like, "Okay, cool, awesome."
Awesome.
So then later on, I had to go to the phone store to get me a protector, screen protector on my phone. And so I was talking to the guy, and I noticed that he had like business cards and other people information. So I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the courage and ask him. So I got the courage and was like, hey, question. Do you mind if I leave an Avon book here since I'm an Avon rep? He was like, yeah, sure. Put it over there with the other stuff. And I said, oh, okay. So I put my one Avon book on his counter, and then I put two Avon books with all his magazines so that people could see it. So yay, I'm so proud of myself.
Good for you,
Good job.
Miriam.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
look at that.
Woohoo, good job.
You
Good
know, it
job.
starts with, stepping out of your comfort zone, and I'm happy that you are feeling more confident and able to do that. So, great job. So, that's two new places that you can put your brochures out.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And just to keep in mind, I don't know, I'm getting a lot of reverb. Are you guys hearing that?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, if we everybody go on mute and then just as soon as you want to talk, just click off. There we go. You know what's cool is one's a hair salon, and the more that you go in and drop your brochures off and talk to people, they're gonna get really comfortable with you, and you're gonna get more comfortable with them. That's gonna open the door to you potentially not only getting new customers right now, but maybe recruiting someone that works there and that takes over your part of the business. And you could, when you do that, it creates more relationships for you to start recruiting within those businesses because you technically will make more once you have somebody selling in there for you, right, on your team. Great job, Miriam. I love it. And that's what the class session two was about. It was about chance encounters and being out and about in new areas and talking to new people. So you definitely put that into action this week. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
Well, I can tell you about what I did this past week. So,
Yes.
all right. So, like Miriam, on Wednesday I went and took my son to the dentist. And I've never asked to put anything anywhere. And I asked her if I could leave a couple of catalogs in the waiting room, and she said yeah. And then she took one for herself, so I was pretty excited about that.
Woohoo!
But the most exciting thing that I did this week, so I saw someone post something about on Facebook about a multi-vendor event online. So kind of like a regular vendor event, but online. So they were only letting one of each type of consultant into it. And the way they had it is you buy an album just like you would rent a booth, and it was $15. And that album was mine to put as much Avon stuff in as I wanted to. And then you were able to post, and you could go live, and you could do whatever you wanted in the group itself to highlight yourself and bring attention to yourself and stuff. So I ended up getting 3 orders out of it.
That
So I was pretty excited about it.
that is
It cost
very
$15
interesting.
for the folder, and I ended up selling $100, I think. So it's like, all right, well, that wasn't too bad. I was a little nervous about it at first, but I talked to my husband about it, and he said, well, what have you got to lose? $15? I'm like, yeah, true. So I figured I'd try it, and it worked out.
Wow, that's really neat. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. And they do the parties, they do them like, it was like 3 days. It was Monday through Thursday. So then when the new catalog switched over, I was able to switch over and update with all the new catalog and stuff. So that was kind of neat.
Well, I would like to see something like that. You think
Yeah.
you'll try to do that again?
Would you like me to invite you to the group?
Sure. I would love you
There's
to.
there's 2 groups. There's like a planning group, and then that's where they post about how much the albums are and when the sales are starting and the dates. And then there's the actual group where the event goes on.
Okay.
Okay, so if you guys are interested, I will add you.
I'm definitely interested just to see how it runs.
Okay, well, you can check it out. It was interesting because the girls who were running it, they would go into your album and they would comment on stuff and post it and help bump it too in the feed. So that was kind of neat. There were 3 of them, and they did it to, like, everybody. They would go through and look at their stuff and then bump it and comment to draw attention to it, which I thought that was kind of neat that they were helping out.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So of course I'm thinking, how can you turn an opportunity like that into a recruiting opportunity?
Right.
I don't know if Stacy wants to come off of mute, but could they potentially, those 3 customers you have, I'm sure you'll follow up with them again now that they've ordered from you.
Yeah.
So
One of them actually added to my VIP group.
Awesome.
And the other one, I have to talk to her again because she's actually in Japan on a military base.
Hmm.
But she'll be in town in July visiting her in-laws. So I ordered her order for her, and I'm going to mail it so it's there whenever she gets it.
Wow. That was a pretty effective group. Stacy, do you have any
Yes.
ideas on how she can recruit maybe from that kind of site?
Well, one of the things that I like to do, because you can do this with online orders as well as personal orders, is I always send my online orders a thank you note.
Okay.
Because we don't get any nice mail anymore. We get junk mail or bills. So I always send out a thank you note every time somebody orders from my online store. And I would put something in that says, thank you so much for your $40 order. Did you know if you opened an Avon account, your order only would have been X amount of dollars? Figure out the 40% discount. If you're interested in learning more, let me know. And I would start with that because I've gotten a lot of people curious about the business by finding out they could have saved 40% on their order. So,
Oh, I like that.
on my personal deliveries, I take their invoice, I print off their invoice from WebOffice, and down at the bottom, I write, if you opened an Avon account, your order would have been, and I figure out the 40% discount and how much it would have cost them, if they were a rep, and I put that at the bottom, and I highlight it, and I put that in their bag, and I've had lots of people say, wait a second, what is this? How can I get this? What do I have to do? And it just kind of opens the communication, but it does it on their part, so you're not even necessarily, you're not bugging them, but you're just saying, hey, you could have made, it would have been a lot cheaper if your next order could have been this much, so.
You're really just giving them information, and
Yeah.
people
You're
love
being
information.
You're helping them save money, which I love to do.
Yeah,
So.
that's good information to give. I like that idea. And I wonder if you could even do that in, excuse me. you're doing it through snail mail, which I think is amazing because who doesn't love to get like a little note in the mail that's better than bills, like you said, Stacy. But you
Right.
could even do, if they are ordering on your online store, that means they're probably,
Exactly.
into being online. You could private message them a thank you, just to make it even simpler, maybe even an email and let them know that way too. Good idea.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and you could,
Oh, my.
if it's a
I've
huge
had-
order,
What?
I hear the echo. I thought somebody was talking. I'm sorry. If it's a really big order, like if I get a 60, 70, 80 plus dollar order, if I know about it before they order it, so if they call me to place the order online for them, or if they call me to place a personal order, I'll tell them then, I'm happy to place this order for you, but if you opened an Avon account, it would only cost you this much, and you can open an Avon account for $25. And so if I can get the recruit right then and there, I will.
all right. Very good. Good tips. So Melanie, will you add us to your group for sure so we can kind of check it out?
Absolutely.
Thank you and congratulations on stepping out of your comfort zone and doing that.
Yeah. Thanks. I
Same
did
with-
send Facebook. Thank yous, but I was planning to send a little thank you note through the mail too. So
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yep.
very good. And then dentist office is a place that we hopefully go every 6 months only. But if you have a cavity or you need a filling, you tend to go back, in the next few weeks after you have your appointment. So it's great that you drop brochures and you gave one to the gal. Just make sure you follow up the next time you're in.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Any other successes we want to share before we move on? This is always the best part. Okay.
I don't know if you got my slide. Did you get my slide, Kate?
I didn't, Stacy.
Okay, I don't know I was having some technical difficulties, so I wasn't sure if you got it or not. So let me just add that both of these ladies had great Campaign 13 orders. Melanie was number 1 on our team in sales, and Miriam was number 4. So they both had great Campaign 13 orders. They both earned the scarf and sunglasses at RepFest, and they're both going to RepFest, so they will actually get them. So they're doing really well.
Great job, you guys. Woohoo!
Yay! Teamwork!
That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work. I look forward to meeting you guys at RepFest. That's going to be so exciting. I'll have to try to get a picture with you guys, but congratulations on your sales and earning the incentive. That just is so motivating. And I'm so proud of you guys for working with Stacy and really, working to build your business. So we're just going to kind of go over our 5x5. How's everybody doing on the 5x5? Is that something you're diligently working on? Is it something you're struggling with, trying to talk to 5 new people a day? Are you only getting in a couple people a day? I mean, this is a safe group. We can be honest with one another.
Well, I was a slacker for the later part of the week because I had a lot going on, but I'm planning to get back at it again because I think it's very effective.
Definitely. Good. Thank you for sharing. Yes, it's very effective. If you really are seeking out to talk to 5 new people, whether it's in person, on social media, however you're finding those 5 different people, you are going to see a huge growth in your business. And I can see that you guys are working towards that because you're getting large customer orders and your sales are growing. So now it's being able to turn our customers or the people we're talking to into learning about the opportunity and seeing how it fits their need so you can actually recruit them to your team. Does anyone have a friend or family member that has shown some interest in joining, a neighbor, or not yet? No?
Melanie, didn't you have somebody that was talking to you recently?
Yeah, I had a friend at work that I was talking to a little bit about it. I wasn't like in recruiting mode, but I was talking to her about the discounts and stuff because she orders from me every campaign. And her orders are always pretty decent in size. So, I was selling it on the whole discount thing, but we have to talk about it more. She was out sick today.
You know what? That's a good start, Melanie, and just sharing your knowledge. And the next step would really just be, sounds like you found her need. She obviously loves the products, so seems like she kind of needs them at this point because she's a consistent orderer. But maybe she has like a financial need or something else in her life that she's trying to save for. So, thinking of questions that you can talk to her and hear what she's saying. Maybe she has kids and you hear her talk about paying for sports. So sometimes we have to listen, to what they're saying so we can pick out what another need could be of why Avon could really benefit her. So when it comes to outreach, you guys are doing so good. You're reaching out to new people. You're going to new spots. You're talking to people you work with about the business. And just keep in mind your little flyer or worksheet that you have. You can write those names down. And at the end of each day or week, you can go, okay, look, I talked to one person on day 1. So I know I need to do better tomorrow. I'm going to, make a goal to fill this out to 5, and maybe you only get to 3 people. So this is a great checks and balances document to have with you and to keep track of. So in our session 2 recording, I hope you all had a chance to listen. It was pretty short, actually. We talked about chance encounters. So this is all about places that you go on the regular, and then maybe even going to places that you don't normally go to, just so you can see new people. And I know we talked about this last time on our call. So it sounds like you are doing that. Hair salon, dentist. Miriam, I can't remember the place you said you went with. Was it with your son? But those are considered chance encounters when you're out and about. So the best way to do this, though, is to find new places in your route. Not only the places that you normally go, but stop at a new place. See some new faces. And when you're there, we want to make sure you feel comfortable when you're talking to people. So we talked about in the session, there's 2 ways to start conversations. And one is to find that common ground and then start asking open questions. So, and then the number 2 way is compliments. Who doesn't love a compliment? And fix a phone store. Okay. Thanks, Miriam. That's right. So when you're in a common location with somebody, that really is your common ground. So one of the examples that we use is, if you're in the grocery store line or the checkout line at a clothing store, or even at like Sprint, and you know how Sprint or Verizon always has a long line. You could say something like, wow, this line is so long and I'm kind of in a hurry today. And more than likely, the person next to you is going to say, oh my gosh, me too. I've got a lot going on. And, and then it gives you an option to talk back and say, oh my gosh, well, while we wait, what are you up to today after this? I have used that so many times, you guys, talking to people when I'm out shopping. So what are you up to? And it just, let me tell you, stuff just flows out of their mouth. Oh my gosh, well, I have to get these groceries, and then I have to run and pick up my son, and then I'm taking him to soccer, and then I have to run and get this for dinner. People want to share and they want to talk. So just having a few of those questions that you feel comfortable asking in those types of situations. And, just make it really normal and natural. And a common ground is very simple. If you guys are in the same place at the same time, you pretty much have that in common. So just starting a conversation with them is the key. And then when they respond, just listen to their answers. It's important that we listen so we can hear some of the keywords we're looking for. And the keywords would be, a need that they might have, or, I can't believe the things I've heard when I just ask a couple simple questions. Oh my gosh, my car insurance is lapsed and I got in a car accident and I don't know what to do. People are willing to share. Do you guys find that when you're out and about, if you're talking to somebody? There's some people that will say anything, really. It's kind of fun.
It's amazing how quickly people will open up if you're willing to listen.
Absolutely. But another good, fun way to start a conversation is through compliments. I don't know about you guys, but I love to get a compliment. It makes me feel good. And especially when it's a sincere compliment. And, you can say anything. God, I love your necklace. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm sure Stacy gets that a lot because I noticed, Stacy, you wear a lot of statement pieces very often. And that's a great conversation starter. And Stacy says compliments are her favorite way to start a conversation. Absolutely. Mine too. And it just makes you feel good when you're making other people feel good. And so just be keeping an eye out for people and finding something you like about them. And just, if anything, it's going to make their day and they're going to feel really good. But it's a way to get a conversation started. So, oh my gosh, you look awesome today. I love your outfit. What do you do? And then she may say, oh, well, I actually work right here in Meyer at the Huntington Bank and I have to dress up every day for work. And a great question is, how do you like it? Do you like that job? And let me tell you, when you ask somebody about their job, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have a earful for you. Positive, some negative, you just never know. But it's a great way to start conversations. So, but once you get that conversation going, that's when you need to keep it going and ask listening questions that you can listen to their answers. But I know that Miriam, you stepped out of your comfort zone, asking about setting out brochures, and that's really the first step in getting comfortable with that. So kudos to both of you for starting the process. And then something that's super important when you are talking to people and Avon gets brought up in the conversation, which I have a cool recruiting story myself this weekend. I went to an open house and for my cousin through marriage, and she had some friends there from like Royal Oak and Oak Park. Now, mind you, we were in like 2 hours from there. So I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, how do you know each other? Just asking questions. And they were sharing that they met at band camp. And I said, well, where are you going to school? And one of them said, oh, I'm going into international business. And I'm telling you, she was just outgoing, talkative, had lots of questions for me because they asked me what I did. And of course, that started the Avon conversation. And I'm telling you, I walked away with both of their names and phone numbers. And I followed up with both of them on text today. And so tomorrow I have scheduled to do a 3-way call with them because they just want to learn a little bit more, kind of check out our website and stuff. And I said, no problem. I'll do that with you. So all we were doing was chit-chatting and, we had something in common, which was Skylar, the gal who was my cousin who's graduating. So it was pretty awesome. But when you're out and about, always be prepared. So you may get the yes when you're talking to somebody like, oh my gosh, I totally want to. So do you guys think I was prepared at the open house yesterday? Not so
I
much.
hope so.
They're like, do you have a business card? I'm like, just a minute. So luckily I remembered my Shuffle app. And I'm like, yes, I do. So I got both of their phone numbers and I texted them my Shuffle card. And so I was lucky, but I didn't have any like real business card or brochures or anything because my husband forgot to tell me we had this open house and we literally rushed out of the house, drove 45 minutes. Luckily, I had bought a graduation card for somebody else that we haven't used yet. One of those things. So I was totally not prepared. But being prepared is going to make you feel more confident and it's going to help you look like you've got it together and that you're a prepared businesswoman. So some of the things to be prepared are recruiting flyers. And we have them right at youravon.com. So you can go and find those. We also have samples you can order, of course, and our What's New, I'm sure you know. You can get some really good deals on bulk samples, buying them in bulk. Brochures are great to have on hand. Your business card or having your business card on your phone so you can just text them your business card. Oh, yep, virtual business card. Avon Social. It's great to be a part of that. And then any social media will help you be prepared as well because you can invite them to your group and just say, oh, it's so good to meet you. I have this awesome group so that way you can learn about what products are on sale. Let me just get your Facebook. I'll friend you and I'll send you my group page. Anything else about being prepared? Have you guys ever been up a creek without a paddle and not prepared? You're probably doing much better than
I have my phone, so between the virtual business card and the fact that we can go right online and order their kit, I don't feel like you can be completely unprepared ever anymore in this day of technology, but that's just me.
Absolutely. and you know what? I remember that as I was talking to them, I'm like, do you have any business cards or anything? And I think I might have had a blank stare for about 1 second. And I'm like, oh, I do. Pull out my phone. It was so awesome. So if you haven't gotten the Shuffle app, that's a really good one to have. And I think Stacy talked about it last phone call that we had.
Yep, love it.
Love it. And then if you get a maybe, just make sure you get their information so you can follow up to answer any of their questions. And then always be prepared, to hear a no. You might hear a no once in a while. That is fine. Every no will help prepare you for your yes when your yes happens. So a way to respond to a no is say, hey, no problem. Is there anyone else you know that as we were talking that you think might be interested in the Avon opportunity? They might have somebody pop in their mind right away, a friend or a family member or somebody. And then maybe you could just share, no problem. I did hear you say that you had a son in baseball and that they're fundraising to go to their tournaments. Just so you know, we have some really great, simple fundraisers. Turn the conversation around into something that they need. And then always stay connected. You can invite them to your social media. A no once doesn't mean a no forever. And yes, Miriam, before I had the virtual business card, I missed out on a sale. So you love this app. Awesome. It's like once you've been, if you've had a chance where you weren't prepared, I think you change that and you're prepared always after. So don't forget, the tools are at your guys' fingertips. With our social media platforms, our Avon Social, we have our smartphones. We just talked about that. All of these are great ways for you to stay connected and to keep people connected around you. And before we got on our call tonight, I've been sitting in my office pretty much all day I've been kind of watching through YouTube. Do you guys ever get on like videos and then you can't stop? Then you watch the next one, and then you watch the next one.
They're
Well,
so addictive.
they are. And I Googled or I YouTubed and I searched Avon recruiting videos. I really wanted to see what some of our top recruiters in Avon are doing. And Lisa Wilbur had a cool one regarding social media, what to do and what not to do on social media when you're recruiting. And that's a really good one to watch, you guys. So I recommend if you have some extra time tonight, after our call, maybe take 10 minutes and just look up. Emily Segrin had a good one as well. Hers was 28 minutes. Hers was a bit longer. Lisa Wilbur's regarding social media and how to recruit on your social sites was only 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And she kind of just teaches you what not to do and then, how to get people to start responding. And I think Stacy has probably shared some of that with you as well because Stacy does some of the same thing as Lisa. But it's just helpful when you have somewhere to go and just look at these videos and learn from some of our top representatives at Avon. Any thoughts on jumping on YouTube? Has anyone ever got lost doing that for Avon videos?
Happens to me all the time.
I know.
It's terrible. Can I say one thing about the nose, though? Can I back up just a little bit?
Sure.
I just think it's really important because you are going to get no's occasionally, and I think it's really important to make sure it doesn't get weird. I don't ever want anyone to feel weird because they've told me no. We're still friends. We can still have a discussion. We can still go on with life. So I always like to stress that when somebody tells me no, I say, okay, that's cool. And I change the subject and make sure they know that I'm not going to just stop talking to them because they told me no. You know how some people get weird like that. It's happened, I think, to most of us in some situation or another where someone's asked you to join their company or to buy their product or to watch their kids or whatever, and when you say no, it gets weird. So I just think it's really important when that comes up, if they give you a no, to say, okay, that's cool, so how's blah blah blah, and change the subject and make sure they know that we're still friends, we're still cool, because no is never completely no. Eventually they may come back around. There's always a chance of that, so you want to keep that relationship healthy and not weird.
I love that. Yes. Don't let it get weird. That is good advice. I'm going to add that to the slide because that's really a valid point.
I did a whole training video on don't be weird.
Don't be weird. You could go and make like a 4-minute video and people will watch it because I think that does happen. I think people either just feel uncomfortable after that or maybe the representative gets offended. Like, oh, wow. So just allow yourself to move on and, just like Stacy said, keep that relationship going. Love that piece of advice. Something that you all could do, and maybe you have, or talked to Stacy about on your one-on-ones, have you ever thought of having an opportunity party or a grand opening party at your house? Or a re-grand opening if you have already had a party or you already have your customer base that you're building. This is a great way to get people in front of you and your products and to share some of our top products as well as the opportunity face-to-face, or you can do these virtually. I've seen a lot of Facebook parties as well. And right now, we're encouraging representatives to really step out and throw some type of party this summer. And with your upline and your coach's support, we want to help you do that and help you have a successful event. So it looks like, Miriam, you're planning to do one in August for your 1-year anniversary. Oh, that would be a good party. your 1-year anniversary opportunity party. Well, good. Well, get that date in your calendar and let us know, because you discussed it last week. Perfect. It's really, truly a great way to get people excited. And Melanie wants to do one. Heck yeah, people want to come over and try products and check out what you're doing. And, we always encourage to offer some cheese and crackers and cookies and wine if you guys are like wine, or pop or whatever. But the summertime's a great time to do that because the kids are off school. I feel like as a parent, I have a little more free time in the summer to go out and have fun, especially if it's a party that I can bring my kids to. So I just encourage you guys to get one of those on your calendar, and it definitely will help you grow your business. So these are some really fun facts that we're going to look at regarding follow-up, because our business is like 99% of follow-up. So the fortune is always in your follow-up. So 48% never follow up with a new prospect. That's almost half. 25% make a second contact and then they stop. 12% only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% make more than 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on that very first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 55% of sales are made on the third contact. Oh my gosh. And then 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. 80% of your sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Can you guys imagine that? So I thought 55 was pretty good when you contact the person, 55% on the third contact. But if you follow through and contact them your 5th through 12th time, 80% of the time you'll get an order or a new recruit. So keep that in mind to never give up on following up with your people. Now, we definitely don't want to make it weird and like stalk the person, right? But you just want to make sure that they know that you're their Avon lady. And I'm telling you, we all run such fast and furious, busy paced lives that it may take that 6th contact before you're actually going to get a hold of me. Or until I have that time to say, oh yes, I've been meaning to call you. So just keep that in mind when it comes to your follow-up. Don't give up too soon. So with that being said too, make sure, I know we're all busy, but on your contact sheet, or come up with your own notebook so you can start writing down all of your contacts. Just, write their name, phone number, email, and then maybe even leave enough space where you can put on the dates that you try to contact them. But because I know back in the day when I was new to the business, I would have people's names and phone numbers on little like scrap papers all over the place. In my glove compartment, in my little secret place in my car, in the side pocket of my purse. And I learned pretty quick, this isn't going to work. I've got to get more organized and have a little booklet of all the people that I talk to. Does anybody do that? Yes, I need an organized system. I just recommend running up to, you can even go to the Dollar Tree, the Family Dollar, Meijer, Staples, and get a cute notebook. Some of them have really cute sayings on the front, and just make that your contact book for Avon and have it with you in your purse all the time. Granted, we have our phones now, I know, and that has helped me tremendously. But if you're somebody who likes to have it on paper as well, have a little book with you all the time, because it's going to allow you to get to your 6th contact your 7th contact, and you can keep track of that. So how is your Plan Like a Boss, Commitment Like a Boss worksheet going? Pretty simple, would you say? Not too hard. So the next portion in our next session, we talk about selling. So on the 2nd page of this worksheet is about selling, and it helps you break down how many customers you need to get to the amount of sales that you want to be at. So be thinking about filling out your worksheet. Your coach or your upline, Stacy, could help you if you're not sure how to do that. This week, we always encourage more outreach and trying to get to your 5x5. That's always a big piece. Implement your Avon social. Make sure that you're participating with that. Being prepared to share with us, of course. We love it when you share. And then participate or host an Avon opportunity party. And all that boils down to is getting a group of people together, sharing your excitement and your belief about the business, and letting them know that they have the opportunity to do the business just like you. And usually during those parties, you can get a lot of sales and you can get a new recruiter too. So put something on your calendar. I look forward to seeing when those will happen. And of course, we always want you to try to add one new person to your team this week. Miriam loves Avon Social. Absolutely. So again, we're talking to five people 5 days a week about the Avon opportunity. And I know you girls are working on that. Recruit and add one new person to your team this week. So if there's anyone you had in mind, invite them, private message them, and invite them into the business. Fill in the selling portion of your Boss Life worksheet. We just talked about that. This is if you had any pending appointments, meaning people who signed up but hadn't yet placed their first order. Help to mentor them to help them get their very first order in. And then, of course, your one-on-one with your leader. And making sure that you do that. And I know that you guys are, which is very good for your businesses, to be working close with your upline. And then I was going to read this to you guys. Maybe she needs me. It has been a long day. I was finishing a task. And as I hurried past her, a little voice said, "Ask." Oh, not today, I told myself. I'm tired, and it shows. Besides, I might look foolish, and she'd likely say no. While drifting off to sleep that night, I saw her face again. I wondered what her life was like, her needs, her dreams, her pain. What if she'd been wishing for a friendly word and smile, a chance to know somebody who would go the extra mile? What if she'd been waiting for a break, an open door? Was this the opportunity that she'd been praying for? I saw the cars she might not drive, the rings she might not wear, because I would not risk myself to stop, to ask, or to care. So what if what I offer her is not her cup of tea? That's a choice for her to make. How selfish can I be? Oh, let me live the true go give, and let my mission be not to think, do I need her, but maybe she needs me. That's really a cool poem. Because I think sometimes when we're out, we kind of get into our own heads and say, gosh, I'm not going to talk to her. Now's not the right time. But you just never know where that person's at. So really just giving everyone a chance. And if they say no, they say no. But you could just be that thing that they were looking for. So
I think it's a great thing to keep in mind, because it's not about us recruiting as much as it is helping somebody pay off their debt, helping somebody get out and meet new people and make friends, helping somebody get a discount on the products that their family uses anyway, and helping them financially. I think when we stop thinking about recruiting as building our team, even though that's what it is, and start thinking more about how can I help people live a better life? How can I help them go on the vacation of their dreams, or, feel good about themselves, or whatever it is that they need, then it changes your whole perspective and makes it a lot easier to start talking to people about the business.
Absolutely, Stacy. Exactly. And I love it. And this poem it speaks volumes. And we have such a cool opportunity to help others in their lives and whatever needs that they do have. So keep up the good work, you guys. And I wish you a successful week and building to your business and helping others with their dreams and their goals. So have a wonderful night, everyone. Is there anything else you want to share or questions? No? All right. Well, thank you again and have a great night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, Miriam. Bye, Melanie.
Bye.